Hello, faggot lovers everywhere.
So, March is a rather happy month for my family. I have mentioned this before, in case you forget or if you're new or whatever. So, in March, we have my wife's birthday, and then my birthday, right? I just turned 49. Oh my gosh, that's weird. And then we had our 30-year anniversary of my wife's first pen pal letter to me. And that was 30 years ago, 1995. It's just rather unbelievable. It's just, time has gone by so quickly. So yeah, 30 years ago. And then we had our 24th wedding anniversary. So yeah, March is a rather busy month for us and a rather happy month. It is a month of celebration for us. So I did go ahead and get myself some birthday presents. Got some Macross modeling to be done. That'll be really cool. Yeah, so I got models earlier this month, Macross related, and I think I'm gonna wait a few days before I upload this. Right now it is Friday the 28th, and I will have the Macross Glaug, the Officer's Battle Pod from Macross, coming very soon. I'm pretty sure. So I will. I'm definitely looking forward to that, and yeah, you will be seeing it later on in this video, I'm sure. So, gosh, yeah, I've just been rather busy and doing. I've been in quite Star Trek mode lately, it seems. It's weird because I haven't even really watched any Star Trek movies or whatever to get myself in the mood. I've just been suddenly just fascinated with Star Trek models. So yeah, I am working on this as like a quick build. So I have like all the decals done on the underside of the Enterprise E, and I have an idea, right? So where is it? I have my, no, not that one, I want the other one, the big one. Where the hell is the flashlight? So I have a black light, a small tube light, and this isn't the one I was looking for though, but I guess this will do. Because I don't see it. But anyhow, so check this out. See how the black light just lights up those engines and such? It's really cool. Hold on, I'm going to see if I can find that tube. I just don't know where it is right now. Hold on a second. Okay, I found it. Yeah. Alright, so this is the tube. And where's the switch here? There we go. Alright, so this is going to light it up a bit better here. So let's give you a better idea of what it's going to look like. So, yeah, I use those arpeggio blue steel glow-in-the-dark fluorescent paints for that. And then of course also here's the collector dish on the underside here. See how it glows? That's really cool, right? So yeah, unfortunately this 2500 scale ships do not have any clear parts to them at all, and so yeah, I'm just compensating by making it glow in the dark, I guess. I do, you know, it's making me think about that 1000 scale Enterprise refit that I had started with Jared Rebels of Cloud 9. I can't believe it's been like 10 years ago or so since then. Yeah, insane. I had laid down the decals on like one of the pylons, and the decals cracked and such, and I went ahead and got replacement decals, and I just haven't gotten around to trying to take the old decals off, and I have been told that probably the best way to do it is just to keep soaking them with with the Macross until it loosens up, and then I can probably peel them off somehow, and without damaging the paint. So hopefully I can do that. But right now I'm just kind of focusing on doing all sorts of other stuff. So excuse me. We went to a Korean barbecue restaurant tonight. It was really fantastic. So yeah, anyhow, so yeah, I'm making headway with the Katinga, and actually let me show you here. Let me show you. Alright, so let me get these black lights and this cup and stuff out of the way here. Okay, so I have actually succeeded more or less in laying down the troublesome, obnoxious photo etch here. Alright, this is what goes on here. This top part, this is just temporarily put in place here. But anyhow, so this is the trouble though that I have with this, is that like the plastic was on the bottom. I cut it all off because it was just too nasty looking, but at the same time though I have like these bad gaps here. So what I'm gonna have to do is just try to get this as best positioned as possible, and then putty in as much as I can, and hopefully I might need to use some epoxy putty, I guess, if it's like really big gaps. But for small gaps though, I will continue to use this Vallejo plastic putty, which is the acrylic putty. And what's this? That's trash. And to prevent any light leaks. Now I have been using that along the top part here, as you can see that white there, and for now it doesn't look pretty, but once it goes down, or once I paint over it, it should look okay. So I've had to remove the locator tabs because they're in the way, right? Like right here and right here. They're going to be blocking the windows. So it's just, unfortunately, that's just the way that this is made, and there's no other way around that, I guess. And so I got rid of this, or 1, 2, 3 in the front here, but I am retaining these in the back. So I've just been holding up to the light and checking for light leaks and puttying it in from the inside as necessary, and it's just been going through like so. I have also started working on the 537 just for the hell of it. Just, I'm not really serious about it right now. I'm just kind of slowly doing it. I've been drilling out these holes and such for lighting and such, and I have been modifying some of the detail on these nacelles. So the kit detail on the nacelles and such, and on the wings, are actually really decent. And the whole engine block here with the shuttle bay and everything, it's actually not bad. It is missing though the disruptors that go on the front of the underside of the wings. But like, this detail and stuff is pretty nice. It's just that the part that really sucks is this bulb. The front bulb is just really bad. Now, when they reissued this about, what, 13 years ago or something or other, they did compensate, and they at least came up with some nice decals to put down there. So, I mean, that's better than nothing, but like, this is crap looking. But anyhow, I do have some 3D parts, and I'm talking about maybe getting this one guy in Germany to print them out for me, and I'll pay him for it, because I don't have any access to a 3D printer here. By the way, this is the Star Trek 6 Undiscovered Country version of the kit here, what I'm working on. So anyhow, I have also, where is it? So Gyrus gave me this really cool little mini Continga, and I went on the All Scale Trek forum, and I showed people there, and they said this is 2500 scale, and it's most likely this was made by Odyssey Slipways. And I have some of his stuff for the AMT, the Star Destroyer. But anyhow, this detail on this is just way better than that 537 one I showed you. The detail on this is really nice, even for such a small kit. In the background here, let me move this guy out of the way here. Got a whole bunch of electronics and such. What I want to do is come up with a photon torpedo firing mechanism for this kit, and my friend Joey is kind of helping me out with that. He's an engineer, so I can ask him a lot of questions about chips. So anyhow, that's what I'm doing lately. The soft beat stuff over here, I haven't really touched those in a couple of months. This guy here, I had been working on this, and I fixed his arms finally. So, you know, this is all customs, right? I put ball joints, right? I heavily modified. This is the old Imai Armored Valkyrie from the early 80s or so, right? And so you could see it's like really highly posable, because the way it came back then, it was just like super stiff, right? It's just kind of like just really horrible lack of articulation. And but yeah, this has a lot better articulation now. So like the knee joints and the elbow joints, those are the same. I haven't changed those, but just the hip and the shoulders. So these were like sticking out way too far, and so the arms, they stuck out too far, and I was not happy with that. But I did fix that. So yeah, hopefully I'll have this updated. Now this is going to be on Odyssey, and the big Hasegawa 72nd scale Armored Valkyrie is pretty much done. I need to dust it off and just take pictures of it, but it's done. The gun is done, and yeah, I just need to get around to doing final images of that. The Y-wing is also totally done as well. So gosh, well, how about I show you the new stuff I got? Yay.
I feel plastic. Hey, hey, hey.
So, Misa from Macross has been reissued. Let me zoom out here. There. Here she is. So this is her uniform from the movie Do You Remember Love? which I got to see in the movie theater. That was really great. So yeah, you can see her rank here. It's slightly different than the TV show uniform, but there you have it. Let's take a look inside. Just open this up here. I won't take her out of the bag, so I don't think. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's it for there. The boxes, these boxes, they feel nice. It's just, I mean, they feel like, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like, it's just is really soft to the touch. You know, it doesn't feel just like regular cardboard, but it's like, it has some sort of texture to it. It's really nice. Alright, so, as you can see, I mean, it does come with different colored parts and stuff. So, I mean, if you want to be lazy, I mean, you could just slap it together, and it is, I guess it's not going to look too bad. But, yeah, now here's her orange. Yeah, but you're not going to get, like, the stripes. You'd have to at least hand paint the stripes on it. But, you know, there's enough here to kind of go by her brown hair and all that. And it comes with, oh, cool, lots of eye decals in case you screw up several times. And it's, oh, that's pretty nice. It has both the ground and the air, UN Spacey. Oh, that's cool. There's like the armored, right? And then there's like the standard. All right, so the Valkyries have this emblem, while the Destroids have the one on top there. You see that? Focus, Daniel-san. Yeah, Misa Hayase. Plenty of eyes, so you have 3 to choose from. Or you could like mix and match, and or see if you want to make her cross-eyed, you can do that if you're stupid. But yeah, you get plenty of tries in case you keep messing up. So, yeah, I guess you could do this in sections. And there you have, yeah, you just have to be careful about painting the trim. And oh my gosh, hey, my girlfriend is a centerfold. Who sang that song? Anyhow, this is like a freaking awesome mini poster. Gosh, look at this. Just look at this. Just plaster my walls with these. This is so cool. Oh, that's great. Does it give paint recommendations? Apparently not. I don't see any. Okay, look at that. So it looks like you're going to have to be rather careful, because you can't, I don't know, maybe 1, 2. It wants you to put the legs on first and then attach the skirt. Huh. It'd be nice if you could just paint the skirt and then put the legs in, right? Because then you can like putty the, well, I mean, you can paint the insides and then put it together, right? And then if necessary, cover up the legs and you have to paint on the outside, you could do that. That wouldn't be too bad, I suppose. So she's got her little iPad here, I guess. Her human scent iPad. And there you go. Nice. Alright, so I guess I have all of them. Check this out. It's kind of hard to record this, but here you go. Here are the Do You Remember Love Plamax figures, Misa, Hikaru, and Minmay. That is pretty cool. So I do believe, okay, so I got this one first, I believe. I got this at Mulsanne. Yep, there's a sticker right there, Mulsanne. That's the kind of cool thing about having these price tags. It's like a lot of times you can kind of trigger memories on where you bought it and such. But yeah, I got this at Mulsanne in Maebashi, and there's a video of that place. Who did that? It was, what's her name? Kosaka, I think her name is. So, yeah. And these two, actually, so this is from the TV show, right? The China Dress Mid-May. And the Do You Remember Love Mid-May. So I got these two from Franco, actually. I know he gave me this. I'm pretty sure he got this. He got like a bunch of these, and he got it from like Hobby Link Japan. They sent him some stuff by accident, and he's like, "Hey, you like Macross, right?" So he actually mailed it to me. So I'm sure I've done unboxings on previous videos of these, but there we go. I got 4 of these, and he also gave me, it was like from the Macross Delta or something or other. Not really familiar with the characters in that show, but yeah, neat stuff. This is Jibungus Big McLarge Huge. Just to give you a size comparison, like this is the old Imai kit repopped by Bandai, which is not a bad kit. It doesn't have a clear lens for the mono eye, unfortunately. We'll get to that later though. But yeah, this is, I mean, for its age, it's pretty decent. Now this is 1/100 scale. This is 72nd scale. So this box is pretty big. I mean, yeah, flip it over here. This is how thick it is. Unfortunately, it does not have a pilot figure. You know, the Quadralin Raw did. It has a Miria figure, then they came out with a Max figure, and now they're coming out with like a the regular Meltran soldier figure. Yeah, unfortunately, does not have a Kamjin figure to go in here. Oh well, you know, maybe somebody might make a 3D print, perhaps. I wonder, because you know, like the Regult didn't have anything. I don't know, maybe that Harmony Gold fiasco is holding that up from happening. I don't know. So yeah, there he is. Although no, I mean, if they could put him on the box and they could make a plastic figure to put in there, right? So I don't know what's going on with that. So look at that. That's so badass looking right there. Now this does not make an appearance at all in the Do You Remember Love movie, unfortunately. But so they got some Zentradi ship, and that's being attacked by Valkyries. There's the heavy missile. Oh man, so the Narl, it would be really cool. Now they did tease that in the background of another of these Macross kits by Hasegawa. That would be cool. That would be cool if they did that. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, Glaug, or in Japanese, Garage. Oh, that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be cool. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, so parts. Got the feet parts that come in red. This looks like maybe the arm. I don't know. I don't know what this is going on here. Alright, so here is the side of the battle pod. So, I wonder what goes in here. I can't remember. Let me look at this guy here. There are holes or something? Beats me. Yeah, this is pretty freaking cool. Here are the engines. That is cool. Pretty badass delicious. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Oh, clear parts. Oh my gosh. That's pretty cool. So I'm not sure what these parts will go to. And oh, here are the legs. That is great. Oh, here we go. What's this? The Mono Eye. Oh my gosh, isn't that cool? There's the Mono Eye. It's cast in that. I'm gonna say probably that's orange. That is super neato. Yeah, these are the legs. And here are the guns. Looks like. So, we got this as well. Oh my gosh, look at that. These are the gun barrels here. That is really super duper cool. Oh my cow. We get what? I don't know if that's gonna be clear parts for the going inside the gun barrels. I don't know. And look at that. Look at that. Okay, so I believe this is the Britai's fleet, and this is Kamjin's fleet, I think. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be right. There we go. I could be wrong. I could be right. I could be black. I could be right. Alright, yep. No, I was totally right. Because, you know, that just shows you what an awesome Macross fan I am. So, these are lights or something that go on the back. And that is pretty cool. You got these little lamps or whatever, you know, like, these are like old eye sensors and crap that are all over this thing here. So, you're going to do 338 light gray, which I believe is camouflage gray, dark sea gray steel, and shine red. So, there are no mixing, apparently. Yeah, these are just straight colors, which I like because I don't like mixing up, making you know, custom paints and stuff, because once you're done with the kit, then you don't need the rest of that paint anymore, and you're like, what am I going to do? So you just put it in a bottle and you just never get around to using it ever again, and that's kind of wasteful, don't you know? So, yeah, S4, S3, what are those? Oh, clear, yep, okay. So you're going to have clear red parts that go into the gun barrels there. Oh no. Well, now. Okay. That is interesting. And you're going to have the clear parts that go into those little things there, but not for the engines. The engines, the thrusters, there are no clear parts that go in there. Still, that is pretty cool. So, oh my. Okay. Well, alright, so let's say, for example, you are maybe interested in seeing what this looks like after you already purchased the Bandai kit. Alright, so, and they do occasionally, every, I don't know, about 7 or 8 years or whatever, they tend to repop these. Bandai does, right? They repop the old Imai kits, right? So here this is. Oh, I guess it does have like those lights and crap on there too, huh? Okay. Oh, and that's where that one light goes to. It goes on top of that. Alright, so let's say you want to compare the two. Well, here we go. Alright, so that is quite a big difference, man. This is the Imai / Bandai, and then this is the new one. So, yeah, you know, the detail is pretty good. I mean, it's like the proportions are good. You know, I don't know what the RDE. Okay, so this is EMI, right? They made the 1/100 scale. RDE made a 72nd scale Glaug, and it's like goes for a heck of a lot of money. Although I imagine maybe it might be going back down a little bit because everybody who has that kit might be wanting to sell it off and get this thing instead. I don't know. You know, I don't know. But yeah, this is considerably larger. And like here are the legs. So yeah, pretty cool. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's nice. Part of me wants to just keep building these old kits though, because you know, and then build the new ones. I'm just like that. I guess I'm just a spurg, I guess, but I don't know. Yeah, you probably see builds of this stuff eventually on my channel. I don't know. Gosh, but this is so freaking cool, man. This is righteousness. So yeah, it comes in all sorts of different colored gray plastics and such. So I mean, if you want to, you can slap it together. Just do like a spray of flat clear and give it that look. Although if you have to do any sort of like puttying or whatever, filling in gaps and seam lines, I don't know, it just depends on how this goes together. But this is pretty freaking cool. Oh yeah, wait, hold on, let me look at that instructions again. Let's look at what the inside of the cockpit interior is like. I think it's got like a full... Okay, yeah, you're going to be painting the inside. And it comes like with a chair here. It has a pilot seat and everything. Huh. And it's got like a little display, HUD display and everything. Wow, now. Yeah, it just needs a figure. So, you know, hopefully they'll have like somebody will come up with an STL with a 3D printable pilot or something. I don't know. But this is really freaking cool. It really is. So, there you have it. Hasegawa made another fantastic kit, guys. This is super cool. Very neat. Big ass box, too. From HDA Modelworks, I got stuff. So my friend visiting from America, I had the stuff sent to him because I only paid like $10 for shipping within the United States as opposed to like $60 for shipping to Japan, and I'm not interested in paying that much money for sure. These are the Aztec decals for the Enterprise E. So my friend Franco, he gave me the model kit for the E and also the photo etch for that kit, plus even lighting, my Tenna Controls lighting chip for the Enterprise E. And the only thing I don't have is this Aztec scheme here, and so this is it. So I have to, these are not pre-perforated, I'll have to cut this out myself. I have to be just really careful when I do so. But here we have the Aztec patterns. That is pretty darn cool. So it's got the top and bottom. These look like the pylons, I think, maybe the underside, etc. Very nice. Sides of the nacelles. Swanky. Very super duper neato. Alright, so let me try to put this back away. Yeah, I was not about to pay that much money for shipping to Japan. I mean, it's gotten worse and worse. And of course, it's not Jerry's fault. It's just the post office. Now, in the past, what he's done is like he just compensated the overcharging of shipping by just adding some freebies in the order, stuff I had, you know, that I could use and such. But just I wasn't gonna do that this time. So these are the Miranda class, the warp nacelle field grills. So the Miranda class is the Reliant. Alright, I have the 537 Reliant. And here, so this is by Green Strawberry. These are a little bit expensive. And this is the Graphix Reliant. Now, some of the stuff you just put down on the actual surface of the kit. This, like for example, this stuff here, what you want to do is tape it to the surface and then drill, you know, use this as a drilling template to do the proper windows, because like the front part, there's no, you know, it's what the kit's from like in the 1990s, I think, the early 90s, and they didn't have slide tooling at all, so there's no way to do the windows on the front part. So that's what these parts are here, right? Like this here, you're gonna have to flip it over apparently, and like this one right here goes around the front of the bridge. Just flip it over, do both sides. Now these here, like these are the impulse engines. So this one you'd actually paint and then lay down on top of the clear parts. That's pretty cool. And I got also by Graphix the refit photo etch as well. So these are for the flux chillers, just like these are here. But this is by Graphix, and it has the impulse engines here. I don't know what this is going on here. What's going on there? I don't know. I'd have to look in the instructions. But yeah, yeah, $10. So I saved like $50 on shipping that way. So yeah, he took it with him when he came to visit me, so I was pretty happy about that. Supplies! So look at this. I wish I had something like this when I was doing the digital camouflage, my homemade digital camouflage for that YF-23 that I made, that fictitious JASDF. I'm really happy with that. That was just really cool. But anyhow, pre-cut masking tape, digital camouflage. I found this on Hobby Search, and I'm like, hey, what the hell? I'll get this. So the company, actually, it's Shanghai Monsoon Trading. Okay. So yeah, it comes like with a little thingies like this. Isn't that nice? Precisely cut with sharp, clean edge, free of burrs and burns. Alright, let's look inside here. Oh, good golly, look at that. Alright, well, I guess this is just a template. Alright, this is just an example here. And... ah. Alright, you can see the pattern a little bit better here. But... wow, okay. So, I think... let's just do a little test here. Should just pick right up. Yeah, it lifts up easily enough. Wow. This is really cool. So, yeah, here's the pattern you get with this. So, these are just like squares and crap. Huh, yeah, this would have made that endeavor a lot more easy to make, I think. But oh well, there we go. That's pretty cool. I bought this for my friend Franco, and I kind of forgot to do included it in one of these videos. I'm pretty sure I did not show this on this channel before. This is the paint, the Turner Acrylic Gouache. This is an acrylic paint. This is Ayanami Blue. So this is the official Evangelion Ray's hair color. Alright, there she is right there. So, unfortunately, they don't have an Asuka hair color. I'm kind of sad about that. Now, this can be thinned and airbrushed with, I think, Mr. Hobby, or sorry, the Hobby Aqueous. Yeah, the Hobby Aqueous thinner. I'm pretty sure. I have a issue of Hobby Japan magazine that featured several different paints, and it talked about how to airbrush this paint. So yeah, that is good. So now this can be used with, oh, what is it? The Mr. Oh wait, no, not this stuff. Here we go. This stuff here. The Weathering Paint Gouache Solvent, right? So you can use this for doing washes and such, an acrylic wash. And this helps it so that it doesn't like puddle up and dry splotchily. And yeah, so this actually, I mean, they do have, of course, Mr. Hobby acrylic gouache paints to use with this, but it's compatible with this here. And speaking of these Turner acrylics, my daughter no longer needs this. Right, so she was a junior high student. Right, she got this, and oh, that's right, the little I think it's broken. The little hinge is broken. Anyhow, it's like a complete set here of basic colors. So yeah, sky blue, cobalt blue, violet, green, red, all sorts of nice colors that I can use. So she no longer needs this. This was just something that she had in junior high, so it's mine now. Okay, now moving on. Decided to give this another shot. Now they had, it's not a putty though. I mean, this is basically black instant glue. See, it says instant adhesive, but then it says color putty. I guess you can use it kind of as a putty. I mean, you can use CA glue as a type of putty. So I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid, I guess, but I'll give this another shot. Now that I know a more proper way of using this, that's probably a good way to go. And lastly, when I was out, I got these eyes for the 30-minute sisters. These are eye decals. So if you want to paint the faces and do your own colors, you can do that. Looks like it has different blush for the cheeks that you can use, different expressions. You get some bandages and stuff like that too. That's pretty neat. I've got a bunch of these magnets here. These are, I don't have these sizes, so I only have one left in this one here. So I'm gonna transfer this guy in with his new friends. So Haikyuu Parts makes these super strong little magnets, and see, looks like the newer ones come with little baggies, which is nice. And kind of tiny for my fingers. Alright, in you go, pal. Alright, so it gives you the dimensions. So it's 2 millimeters high, and with a diameter of 5 millimeters. And there's actually holes in the middle here too, right? It gives you 1.2 millimeters holes. I'm not really sure what the holes are about, but this is like the Marugata, which is like circular, and they also have the Kakugata, which is the like a square or rectangular, right? So this is 4 by 2 and with a height of 1. And this is 4 by 4 with a height of 1. And I also picked up this stuff here, Nichimo masking tape. These are like, there's 2 really fat ones. And I am going to start using these because this stuff by Tamiya is made like, okay, so this is like the really big Tamiya tape. It's by Kamoi. This stuff sucks. Now if you look at the other tape that they have, oh actually that's out, but I bought some replacement for this stuff as well. Actually, go ahead and take this off here. This is not made by Kamoi. The other stuff that comes with this stuff is a different company. I guess it doesn't say what, but this stuff is crap. I've learned that it just leaves a terrible residue, and it doesn't treat paint very well at all. So you know what? In the trash you go. I'm never going to use that crap again. And but yeah, Nichiban makes good stuff. So there you have it. Now the other heavy wide stuff I have is this here. This is also, you know, this is Nichiban, but this is like super wide for big projects. So I got a new cutting mat. How's that? Once a cutting mat gets all grody, I just can't stand it anymore, so I buy a new one. So a bunch of crap came in from AliExpress. Now normally when I buy electrical components, I buy them from Akizuki Denshi here in Japan. However, a bunch of the stuff I was not able to find on there for some reason. Okay, so this is a L7805 CV, and you know what does this do? It's a voltage regulator, I guess. So actually, my friend Joey is helping me out. You know, another friend of mine who I became acquainted with through this YouTube channel. You know, I've got to meet lots of neat people. And this is what is this, 548B or something like that. Yeah, I don't know what these things do, but I want to do the photon torpedo firing circuit for the, oh look at that, isn't that clever? It's just kind of packaged inside there. For the Katinga, Klingon Katinga. Alright, so I bought a bunch of these 2-colored LEDs, and Akizuki has just a few different types, but not a lot. Okay, so red, blue. So these are 2-color binary LEDs. So you get the common cathode, right? So the anode is the positive and the cathode is the minus, right? So you want the common cathode. They do have common anode, but I mean, I don't know what to do with those. I don't understand what the purpose of those things are, unless you're doing like something fancy and stuff that I just don't understand. But anyhow, so either side is the positive and in the middle is the minus. So you can have something switching back and forth. And the red and blue, well, that is perfect for R2-D2, right? So now this is warm white and red. So the Klingon torpedo thing, it's gonna like fade on red and then flash the white and then fade back off. That's super duper cool. That's what I want to do. And so I think I should have the proper schematic. It's just that I have a hard time kind of understanding it all. Alright, so this is the yellow and green. Okay, so that's green. Alright. That's not yellow. AliExpress is... It's China. China. I wonder what happens if... Oh, hey, look at that. It looks like Christmas. China. Oh, well. They screwed up my order. Because that is red and green, not yellow and green. And I'm not happy about that. I mean, these things are only like... This bag is only like maybe 100 yen or 200 yen or something. And they gave me like 50 of them. Right? Oh, whatever. The other thing I got, it wasn't something that I really needed, but I mean, I do have other stuff in the same size. These are these neat little 1.5 millimeter LEDs. They're like super tiny. Right? See that? And oh, got it backwards here. There we go. So this is green, right? I just don't have any green ones until now. So I've got like yellow. Well, I think I got warm white, blue, red. Just never had any green ones. So here we go. And then of course I also got a whole bunch of resistors. Gee. That's a lot. That is a lot of resistors. So I got 180 ohms. I got 30,000 ohms and 56 ohms. Yeah. And I need to put these in the bags. But yeah, it's weird. Like these are like these beautiful blue color. Normally they're like a beige color or something or other. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe it just depends on the manufacturer. But anyhow, this is good. It is disappointing about the yellow green because, you know, like the front of R2-D2, he's got like off to the side, it like switches back and forth between red and blue, and then the one on the back of his head switches between yellow and green. And I don't know why, but they screwed up my order. But oh well, it's not the end of the world. But anyhow, yeah, neat stuff here. April 2025 issue of Model Graphix magazine, and it's all about modeling tools. Let's take a look real quick here. There's this new GGX. I'm not sure what that's about. She has big boobs, so there's that. Alright, so oh, look at that high gloss Tomica. It says the stupid kids at school making fun of me being bald. They say Tomica. It's a, you know, shiny bald head, whatever. Whatever, I don't care. They're always mentioning that though. So GGX thinner. So really GGX. I don't know. I know Mr. Color GX, right? So this is like really, really bold colors, right? So you got the cool white, you got the not NATO black, what's it called? Ueno black. I don't know. I'd have to spend some time to read, translate this and such. Wait, acrylic? Oh yeah, it's acrylic lacquer. So, yeah, I don't know. But anyhow, they have their own thinners and stuff for this. So this is just giving a introduction. So you got aqueous versus accretion here. Accretion's pretty nice, I guess, but I don't know. I had a bunch of accretion paints that just kind of went to waste and got dried up, and I had to throw them out. So Vallejo is actually gaining in popularity here in Japan, it seems. So yeah, just different types of paints. So I was talking about using water, which, you know, I wouldn't do that. Like I remember when I was first learning how to airbrush Tamiya, and the Tamiya paints, I was using the water, and it was just like really chalky type of texture. I started translating this. This is all about the soft B color. All right, so it's saying like, you know, hey, I don't make soft B kits, so I don't care, you know. But it's like, well, if you say that, then you'd be surprised with what you could use with this stuff, right? So, like for example, you can paint polycaps, right? Because it is really flexible. And I've never actually done this, but like you could, you know, if you try to peel it off, you can actually stretch it around and such. So it is pretty useful. So you got these cute little soft B thingies here. And, hey, I've seen this. Yeah, I've seen this stuff at Joy Honda, Joyful Honda, right? So it says you could use it on soft B, rubber, polycarbonate. You can use it on, wow, metal, glass, wood, leather. Wow. So it's for airbrushing and such. Wow, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I've actually seen that. Or Urehiro, yeah. Huh. Alright, so now you got the Mr. Hobby markers, which are basically like Gundam markers and such. So you got the Gundam marker EX Chrome. You know what? I bought one of those. That Chrome Gundam marker pen, but I never actually used it. Here we have different enamels. So you got white, black, cyan, magenta, yellow for, you know, mixing primary colors and such. These are for, like, for example, you shine a UV light on these. These are fluorescent colors, enamels, which actually is pretty cool, because I don't think I've ever seen that kind of thing, at least not here in Japan. I know Tamiya's enamels, they don't have any fluorescence, so that is pretty cool. And we got these enamel weathering things, also by Gaia Notes. I have a bunch of these. They have rust, oil, soot, and dust and stuff like that. My golly. So we have all these different type of solvents and thinners here. And oh yeah, by the way, the accretion solvent you would actually use with the soft B color. So what's that? Paint remover? See, this is why I need to translate this whole thing. I can't imagine using paint remover as a thinner, but maybe you can, I don't know. So of course there's the standard Tamiya lacquer thinner and the lacquer thinner with the retarder, right? So this stuff is freaking awesome. I love this stuff. This is for revitalizing dried out lacquer paint. I really wish that they would come up with something like this for acrylics, but maybe it's not possible. I don't know. So we got the Gaia Notes stuff, and yeah, just different crap here. So they got the aqueous thinner versus the Tamiya acrylic thinner. You know, whatever. You can. They're pretty much interchangeable. So tool cleaner, accretion tool cleaner. Mr. Filipica liquid, that's for cleaning your paint brushes, apparently. And Mr. Paint Remover. I really need to remove the paint off of that Nissan Cube. I haven't done that in a long time. I haven't worked on that. I need to do that. This is brand new here. This is velvet. So it has that kind of a satin finish to it. It's kind of interesting. Mr. Color Revival. Cranberry Red Pearl, Cerulean Blue, British Green. Oh, model car. Well, okay. Weird. 40th anniversary colors. Okay, well, interesting, I guess. Mr. Color Ultra Metallic. That's pretty nice. So this is a little armory. You got some of this stuff. Mirror silver. That is fantastic. Beautiful. Look at that. So you have to put down a completely perfect gloss paint coat, and then you do the silver on top of that. I'm sure it probably goes for a lot of money. I haven't really used this at all, but. And then use the GGX clear coat to coat over on top of that, I guess, because you need to be careful about what your overcoat is, apparently. But yeah, with the black base, that looks beautiful, right? Okay, so we got Lascivus paints. You have seen me using these before, and they have the Lascivus, like the makeup application. I'm really bad with using this kind of stuff. I need more practice. We got the different colors. Got the lilac color. Alright, so got the weathering, filtering stuff here. Here, this is that, it's what is it, Nihonbashi, I guess? The Tamiya store, Shinbashi, that's what it's called, Shinbashi. It's pretty close to like the Tokyo Tower, Tokyo buildings, the government buildings and such in that area in Tokyo. Chipping liquid, I have never used this before. I'm sure it's really great, but I don't know how to use it. I should probably look that up as a tutorial. I'm sure they have tutorials online on YouTube in particular. So yeah, Mr. Cement SP, which is really fantastic. You can't find it now, man. It's like they're like sold out everywhere, but apparently it's coming back in April. I saw like I went to all my go-to places and couldn't find it for sale, and then they did have it out on for pre-order on Amazon Japan, of all places, which is weird. Gaia Cement. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever come across this in the wild or not. I wasn't really paying attention to it. So the God Hand paper sponges, the sandpaper sanding sponges are really great. ABS. Who makes this? Gaia Notes. Semodyne also makes ABS glue as well. Oh, there we go. March. Saish Coyote. So it's coming back in March, but okay, some of this people Totemo. Yeah, so it's very fast. Something about the cap? You know what really sucks though, is that I don't know why, but all of the Mr. Hobby stuff, they've switched to this circular round shape instead of like the square shape like the Tamiya, and I don't like that. I just don't like that at all. So like this other stuff over here, right? You see it in the square, but then look, they're changing everything over to this circular, and it sucks because like if you use like a little tray with the squares and stuff, you can just open it up one-handed. But with the circular though, it's just gonna be spinning, and I don't like that. It's just stupid. Here we have clear files, which I have some. Jairus gave them to me, and I have never actually gotten around to using them. Just more crap here. This stuff is really nice. Doing customization and stuff. This is really cool stuff to have. I've never seen this actually. This is like a rectangular pipes. That's cool. That is really cool. So yeah, what I need to find is like super fine files for like doing like 1mm or 2mm type of filing and such. That would be great. God Hand, they have these really great paintbrushes. Tamiya, they have great paintbrushes as well. Yeah. Alright, what else we got here? I think that's pretty much it. Oh, there's Umi. Isn't that great? So, let's see what kind of main articles they have here. Oh my. What is that, a Mustang? What am I looking at here? Oh no, that's not a Mustang. Was this the same thing? Yeah, that's not a Mustang. Oh. Spitfire? Super Marine Spiteful. Spiteful. Wow, alright. Well, I don't... beats me, man. I don't know a lot of World War II aircraft. I'm not as good at identifying them. I've never even heard of a Spiteful before. I know a Spitfire, but Spiteful. This is Trumpeter 148. Okay. Oh, here's the Dune Ornithopter. Man, that's so cool. Really great. Oh, check out Duck Playing Chicken. He did videos on this stuff here. Now these are the small kits. I did that in a previous one. Gundam. You've seen one Gundam, you've seen them all, it seems. I don't even know. Wing Gundam, I don't know what this stuff is. Sorry. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but I just... It all, Gundam just becomes a blur. Oh, that was beautiful. That is really beautiful. Oh, Wonder Festival 2025 Winter Scrapbook. So here we go. This is the stuff that was on display at Wonder Festival. But first, what's this? Beginners? What is this? What are they modifying here? Oh, it looks like a Elgheim 100 scale. Looks like they're super modifying an Elgheim. Probably like an older kit, perhaps. Adding a bunch of stuff to it. So, okay, now this is totally, I mean, she's wearing this is like a elementary school backpack she's got on. So, and like her ass is hanging out with the school chair. That is just, I'm sorry, no thank you. I mean, some people, they go on these little tirades about Evangelion characters, but, at least they're like teenagers, right? I mean, got plenty of American movies all about teens having sex and stuff, which I do not approve of. I'm not going to show that to my daughter. But, yeah. No, thank you. But yeah, people just have conniption fits about the Evangelion characters looking sexy. Whatever. if abortionists can, you know, pro-abortion people can just say, oh, that's just a massive, it's just a lifeless mass of cells, which is completely unscientific. But if they can get away with saying that, I can just say, hey, you know, these Evangelion girls, you might claim that they're 14 years old, but I mean, they're just a massive lines on paper. So, you know, if abortion people can get away with saying that, then I'll just say the same thing about anime characters, because, you know, screw you. But at the same time, though, when it's like specifically like, you know, under 12 years old type stuff, that's just kind of creepy. Now, here we go. We knew this was going to happen. This is the Back to the Future Part 3. And with the 1950s tires, with like the raised suspension and everything. That's really cool. Yeah, with like all the vacuum tubes and crap. 1950s technology on the strap to the hood. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Star Trek 6. General Chang. Really? Look at that. What is this for? Star Trek. Wesley Crusher. Shut up, Wesley.
Shut up, Wesley.
What the hell is this stuff here? It's 1/6 scale. Oh my god, hell, Lee. It's like $600 for that kind of stuff, you know? Oh, Rokomon Nissan, oh my gosh, why would you want to pay that much money for freaking Will Wheaton, man? Will Wheaton. Such a dick brain. Oh, Anise Farm. Yeah, that's right, Hasegawa. They're coming out with an Anise Farm resin kit. That is really cool. And here we go. There's your Macross Glaug, or Goudage, as they say, right? Oh my gosh. There's Lele from Darkstalkers. That is super cool. Wow. Kotobuki, that's probably, you know, you can't even paint it yourself, though. That kind of sucks. What else we got here? Polar Lights. Strange New Worlds. I've never seen a single episode of that show. You know, and to be fair, I gave up on Voyager. I think that's about it for this. So, we got some cool crap back here. There's a new Corsair. And, the Hasegawa makes this. Yeah, I guess it's brand new. And, so here we go. That's it for... Oh, there's that girl, Sakura. What's her name? She looked prettier when she had black hair. It's just weird seeing Japanese women with blonde hair. Well, there you go. Model graphics. Neat stuff.
New toys!
Check this out. We went to the mall on my birthday. And at Village Vanguard, they had these Tomica Back to the Future DeLorean cars. Now, Tomica is kind of the Japanese equivalent of like Hot Wheels or Matchbox cars. And this is like a deluxe one. Now, I had shown this about a year or so ago. Alright, Tomica did these Macross Valkyries. So they had the Part 1 and Part 3 cars. And as you can see here, this is the 1950s augmentation, right? And they did not have a Part 2 DeLorean. But yeah, they do have Part 3. So, let's open this up, see what it looks like. Yeah, it's much larger than a typical Tomica, I imagine. Oh, I ripped it. Yeah. Actually, it's about the same size. No, it's a little bit bigger. Oh. Wow, yeah, so this is This is, it's die-cast metal. That's really cool. I think this is, maybe it's about the size of a typical Tomica. I thought when this bigger box it would be like, you know, a larger car. But I'm not complaining. This is pretty awesome. That is so cool. The barcode license plate. That's really cool. Oh my gosh, I gotta show this to my wife now. Cool. It's March and it's payday. I stopped by a local hobby shop to pick up some Tamiya masking tape. And oh my gosh, Tomica Galaxy Express 3.9. Oh my gosh, so I had to pick up another Tomica. This is great. This is really cool. So let's open up the box here. They had other stuff too. They had like the Gundam Core Fighter and the... Oh, I want to say the G Defensor. I'm not sure though. I can't remember. I should have taken a picture. I just can't remember off the top of my head right now. But here we go. More Tomica love. More Tomica. Tomica's pretty cool. My daughter got a Tomica Hachiware cat from Chikawa. You probably don't know what that is, but... Oh my gosh. So... Yeah, this is die-cast, man. This isn't plastic. Well, I think... And maybe this is plastic, but this is die-cast. Alright, you can tell just by looking. So, 3.9 Galaxy Express. With a train car. That is pretty cool. And so... Ka-ching! It snaps into position there. Nice, nice, nice. Something I picked up on Mercari is, let me get these bags out of the way. I don't think I'll keep this box though. Alright. I got the final one. This is the Nadia Gachapon. I don't know when these came out, but obviously I missed out on them. But this is Nadia wearing her dress as seen in the first episode or two, right, when she's in Paris, France. And she comes with an Eiffel Tower. Isn't that cool? So this completes all of them. I don't think there's any more. So there's like her circus outfit, you know, her standard outfit, the island white dress, the yellow bathing suit, and then now this dress here. Very cool. So I'm gonna hang this in the car over the rearview mirror with the Macross Valkyrie SD Valkyrie. So this is really cool. I showed this in a previous video. I picked up this a while back at Book Off, and it's Star Trek The Motion Picture. This is the original theatrical version, and I looked and looked online, and I guess the director's cut was never released on Blu-ray in Japan. I guess. Weird. I just don't understand why. Well, anyhow, so my uncle gave me a gift certificate at Amazon.com. Normally I don't really care for Amazon, but you know, whatever. I always try not to buy from them if I can. A lot of like the marketplace sellers, they sell on Rakuten or Yahoo Shopping, and then so I'll just buy from the same sellers on those other sites and not Amazon. Anyhow, so this is the Motion Picture Director's Edition. I got this from America. So I got this. So this has the updated visuals and such. And also, I went ahead, as I mentioned in my previous video, I wanted to get the Blu-rays of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and that's what this is. So these are the extended versions, and I don't know if this is going to have, you know, show up with Japanese at all. Sometimes that does happen. Oh look, Canadian Home Video. So this is the Canadian version, I guess. I don't know. That's what it says right there in the corner, but maybe it's not. Yeah, that's right. It just says PG-13. Yeah, I don't know. That's just for North America in general, I guess. So this, okay. So that's done. Now I was out and about and went to several book-offs and hard-offs with my friend who came to visit Japan. He comes like maybe every 8 to 10 months or so. So I got at Book Off, super bizarre, got Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock on Blu-ray, and Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home on Blu-ray. I'll probably get Star Trek 6. I'll get Star Trek 6 and then just give 5 a pass, I guess. I don't know. Not too excited about getting Star Trek 5 because that was a pretty dumb movie. I got Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark on Blu-ray. Looking forward to see what that looks like. I got Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I was meaning to get this for my wife for her birthday. It's been a very long time since we've seen this movie, and now she doesn't even remember seeing it, even though in her letters to me when we were pen pals, she would talk about this movie. So I'll have to refresh her memory because she's a goofball. And I got Back to the Future Part 1 on Blu-ray. Last time I was at that place, they had all 3 movies on Blu-ray, and unfortunately the other ones were gone, but I did get this. I'll have to just look out for parts 2 and 3. So the thing is like part 2 and 3, I think what they did was they didn't frame it right. They were like, they took like the 4:3 aspect ratio version of the movie and they just kind of cropped into it or something. It's pretty lousy. So here we go. I'm not going to keep this. So my friend gave me this. It's the NSEA protector from Galaxy Quest. Oh my gosh, it's a Hallmark ornament. Wow. It doesn't light up or anything. I don't think. 2024. Gosh, alright, so I can open it from the bottom here. Okay, so it's not, there's no plastic clamshell or anything like that. It's just wrapped in paper here. Oh my, that is so cool. Oh my cow, that is so cool. Nice. That is super nice. That is cool. Yeah! Alright, I picked up some Happy Juice here. Whole Garden Apple Beer. This sounds Dutch. Green apple. Alright, so this is like obviously all in Japanese here. Wholegarden.jp. Okay. Huh. Alright, well never mind. I thought this was imported or something, but I guess not. It just looks like it's imported. And I can't remember where I got this. It's been in my fridge for maybe a week or so. And so I can't remember where I bought this. I got 2 of them though. I think I probably got this at the drugstore. I don't know. Alright, let's give this a shot. Oh yeah. That definitely smells apple-y. Alright, let's give this a shot. That's cool. I like that. Wow. Alright. Naturally cloudy. So don't ask questions. This is right here. Naturally cloudy. Okay then. Alcohol 4.5%. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Well, coriander seed. Interesting. Orange peel and green apple, of course. That is pretty good, actually. Nice. It's springtime. So, Kirin has this nice, beautiful can with cherry blossoms on it. So this is Toshitsu Zero, which is like, I don't know, like a sweetness, I guess, or carbohydrate. Well, no, carbohydrates is, that's a different word, actually. Tansui kabutsu is carbohydrates. So, I don't know. So yeah, it says limited edition spring design. So yeah, that is really beautiful, I think. Although I do think that the Suntory Kinmugi can looks more beautiful. But anyhow, yeah, Kirin's pretty good. Suntory's, yeah, it's usually cheaper. Yeah, this has a little bit of a sharper taste to it, I guess. But yeah, this is nice.
That was very interesting music.
I bought this, and it's actually brand new. I didn't expect it to be brand new. So this is the Ramones album from, I think, 1984, Too Tough to Die. And in case you don't know what Japanese CD is like, you see this little... this is called an obi. In English, typically it's called a spine card. So, like, if you are, you know, if you want to buy like an old Sega Saturn game or PlayStation 1 game, the value goes up if there's the spine card still with the product. Okay, so buying Japanese CDs is rather nice. Import CDs, because quite often you get bonus tracks that were not released in the American release. Now this just, I don't know if this is, it just says previously unissued. They might, it looks like this is oh no, see, yeah, see, there you go. It's in Japanese there. This is probably, they probably don't have any Japanese exclusive stuff. Yeah, there's Dee. He's great. Alright. This might, I don't know. Let's see what it says, if it's in English or not. Okay. Yeah, so typically you get this, which is, you know, what you get in the United States. Alright. Alright, cool enough, right? Oh, look at that. Here you got your lyrics, and oh, look at this. So you get like a translation, and then you get the lyrics in Japanese as well. So I don't think this has any like Japan exclusive content, but sometimes you do. Sometimes you do find that. And the best way to preserve this is just to include it in the booklet. And keep it safe inside there. Except this doesn't want to go in. There we go. This is the first album by The Jam in the city. And this is a Japanese release. So 1977, this is like one of the OG punk bands, right? They did the Batman theme on here. This is really cool. I wasn't expecting that. You know, gosh, Channel 15 in Phoenix, Arizona. When I was in junior high, 5 p.m. was the Monkees, and then 5:30 p.m. was the Batman, like the old Adam West, right? Which this is from. And then 6 p.m. was Star Trek, you know, TOS. So for like 2 hours, I would be watching the Channel 15, all of those shows on my parents' their black and white TV that was in their bedroom. And that was how I do my homework while watching all those shows. Anyhow, Jam. So this is the Japanese release. Alright, so it has this introduction here, written in Japanese. And here's the obi. Right? So, when it was sold brand new, this came wrapped around there. So yeah, this is the very first. Now I have Setting Suns by the Jam, which I think is like their third album, and I got that like over 20 years ago. This is a grill kit. I had wanted this since I had first heard about this from the Ocean Blue mailing list when I was like in high school or so. And this is a Japanese only release of Ocean Blue. It's called Introducing the Ocean Blue. It is a combination of their first 2 albums. So not like all of them, just like selections from their first 2 albums. There are no exclusive Japanese tracks or anything like that. But I just wanted this for completionist's sake. So it's got this whole fold out here, and this was my favorite band since high school, and they're just so cool. And yeah, and it's got the translated lyrics, right? So like here, the planetarium scene, really cool song. Stars above, stars below, and what is man? Let's see how they translate that into Japanese. 上には星、下には星、そして人間とはなんだ? Cool. Nice. Okay. That's a good translation. Alright, so yeah, it's just something that I've just wanted for such a long time. And I've looked on Yahoo Auctions, could not find it anywhere. You know, I should have put in alerts for it, but I never got around to it. Whenever I searched for this, I could never find it. And I found this on Mercari. So this is how I bought this. Neat stuff. Do you remember Bugle Boy? They were probably very famous for that commercial, those Bugle Boy jeans commercial, right? There's like this guy walking along in the desert or whatever, and this beautiful woman in a expensive car pulls up and says, "Oh, excuse me, are those Bugle Boy jeans you're wearing?" Right? So that's like probably what would stick out in most people's minds, I think, at least from me. Phil Collins even spoofed that commercial in one of his music videos. I can think of the song, I just don't know what it's called. I Can't Dance, I think it was called. Anyhow, so Bugle Boy was a big thing. They came along, I think, maybe I was in the 5th, 6th, or 7th grade, right? It was like at the tail end of the 80s. And it was rather fashionable. I'm pretty sure they no longer exist. I don't know if it's an American company or not, but actually, so I have I still have clothing from high school I still wear sometimes, but oh, actually no, this is Eddie Bauer. Never mind, I thought this was a Bugle Boy. So anyhow, the reason I thought this was a Bugle Boy is because like it has like this little tag on the back here, and I don't know what this is for. Maybe it's a hook just for hanging a shirt or something. I don't know why, but it was kind of like a real signature trademark for Bugle Boy shirts. And when I was like, I don't know if it was like 6th, 7th grade or whenever it was, my idiot peers, the other boys in school, somebody had this idea of calling them a fag tag. And then, ha ha ha, oh, your shirt has a fag tag. Maybe it was just jealous or something or other because the kid didn't have any Bugle Boy or something. I don't know. People get, especially kids, they get so caught up in all the stupid name brand stuff and all that kind of crap. But, so, it just kind of spread. And all these other kids were calling them fag tags. And it became like a source of harassment where, like if some kid had a shirt like this and then some other boy would like just take his finger and then yank it real hard and rip the tag off here, or this little loop or whatever it is, ha 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 ha. They in their convoluted stupid little shithead playground mentality, they thought they were actually doing the other kid a favor. Oh, ha, now no one will think you're a fag because you no longer have a fag tag. Ah ha ha, ah ha ha ha. And it happened a little bit too often, and one kid happened to him, and his mom found out the reason why other kids were destroying his private property. They felt like entitled to do so, right? And so that kind of put an end to that as well. Man, this is just some stupid, petty, moronic little shit, you know, elementary kid playground mentality that was doing this. The reason I'm mentioning this is that I might possibly be visiting the United States later this year, and I for certain will not be renting a Tesla car. That's a, well, I just, oh my gosh, just the level of insanity that American culture has just delved into. It just makes me wonder, you know, is there going to be like any end to this? It seems. I mean, I don't know. I can't even recognize my own country anymore. I've seen these videos of people driving Teslas who are probably mostly, you know, pretty liberal leftist type people, I imagine, right? Because, oh my gosh, carbon dioxide molecules are racist or something, and therefore they're going to, you know, be the end of the world or something. I don't know what the hell. I mean, but yeah, they're the ones who are so convinced that global warming is like totally real, and carbon dioxide molecules, and we need to put an end to all of this. We need to do something. And so they're the ones who ran out and bought these dumb cars. Electric vehicles it's a joke. I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff about how, like, just the production of one of these cars puts off more CO2 than like a regular combustion engine would in the lifetime of a car, dealing with like you know, with the lithium mining and the processing the minerals and the factories and everything. It's really insane. And to think that EV vehicles are like somehow the answer to global warming, it is just stupid, because a lot of the electricity come from coal-fired plants and stuff, and it's just, anyhow, it's just totally stupid. But anyhow, so it's mostly leftists who have bought these Teslas, and now they are the ones who are the victims of this stupid moronic crap that's going on in America, because they're like, oh my gosh, cutting wasteful spending, that's just what Hitler would do, right? And I think I saw something about like Bill Clinton had like laid off like what was it, 33,000 people, or was it 330,000 people of doing budget cuts. I can't remember what the number was, but this is nothing new, right? But they're just, these NPCs get their marching orders and they just act on it, and it's stupid. So now people, this is property damage. And I saw this this Babylon Bee article. It was like Democrats think that they're just maybe one or two more arsons away, and it will they'll finally become popular again or something like that. Yeah, we're property damage to save democracy, right? It's just so stupid. It is. It just makes me so glad to be away from all of this. And I always hear people telling me, "Oh, Greg, you are so lucky to not have to put up with this stuff." And I really do find that, yeah, I am probably lucky. But the last time, okay, so I moved to Japan 13 years ago. My mom died like a few weeks later, and I did go visit my father because when I had gotten a job, I did not yet have a visa, so I had to get a return ticket. So I had set it for like maybe a few months later, and so I did go back, visited my dad for a bit, for just 1 week, and I went back. I haven't seen my family in 13 years. So yeah, it's family reasons why I'll be going to visit my family. I don't know if, I mean, the plan is maybe take my daughter. I mean, she barely remembers America, but she needs to see her grandfather and such. But anyhow, I'm not going to get into too much detail about that. But so I haven't seen my family in 13 years. The last time I ever went to the United States was in 2016. It was on business when I worked at Aoshima, and I did get to go and visit the. I got to visit the Wonderfest event in Kentucky, and that was really awesome. But I haven't been back to America since then. So that was in 2016, June 2016. And 2016 is the year that American culture really went to crap. It just, the whole divide is just insane. I really don't recognize my own home country's culture anymore, just with how crazy it's become. Anyhow, yeah, I'm sure day-to-day life is not how it appears with me looking at stuff on social media, YouTube and all that kind of stuff, Twitter and all that kind of crap, with just the insane road rage. I don't know, I've tried looking for if there are videos of like unhinged conservatives who are resorting to violence and stuff, and I can't find anything. You know, I don't remember anything about when Biden was, honestly elected as president in 2020. I never saw any, conservative women just losing their shit, videoing themselves having mental breakdowns in their cars and such. Nor do I remember seeing any sort of like violence or whatever. Of course there was that stupid crap with January 6th, but it's since, for anybody who's paid attention, those were like Antifa people who were masquerading as MAGA and such. Even the guy who had videoed that Ashley Babbitt supposedly getting shot when she was climbing up on that stupid barricade like a dumb monkey. That guy was Antifa, who was masquerading as MAGA, and his brother was in Proud Boys, who was also masquerading as MAGA and stuff. So there's a whole bunch of phonies and stuff, and people breaking the windows in the Capitol, and everybody else was telling him not to do that. Um, I really don't see anything like that going on in the other direction at all. But, I mean, it's not like I feel like if I go to America that I'm going to be threatened or anything like that. But it's just, I don't know. I just don't. There's nothing really I miss. I mean, of course, other than my family, and I'd like to see friends again, I guess. But I don't miss living in America. In the Phoenix area, there was this really great chain of restaurants called Chino Bandito. It's like an amalgamation of Mexican, Jamaican, and Chinese, right? So you can get like think of like a sweet and sour pork with jerk fried rice burrito kind of a thing. That food is just fantastic. It's really, really great. I miss that. There are some stuff that I miss, but there's just so much crap in America that I don't miss at all. And a lot of this stuff is just completely unedible to me anymore. People have brought stuff from America, and I can't eat it. Like just recently, a coworker brought some Starburst candy, and I used to be like totally into Starburst, right? Especially the berries and cream. Like I got a kick out of those commercials, right? I've used that the berries and cream little lad in a lot of my videos and such. I used to be all for that stuff, but now I can't take it anymore. Just the level of quality of American food is just such crap. And if there are, of course, like macaroni and cheese, that Annie's organic macaroni and cheese, great stuff, right? Decent steak, that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of great food I do miss, but it's like more like restaurant stuff. The day-to-day, like snacks, cookies, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, no. My friend who came to visit me it's been about a month already ago, in February, I asked him to bring some maple cookies from Trader Joe's, and those really tasted a lot better than the other maple cookies I can find here in Japan. I think mostly just because Trader Joe's, they're like really no nonsense about the quality of ingredients of their food and such. But yeah, there's not a lot. I think I heard something about like Red Lobster is no longer in business in America, I guess. That was like the same umbrella company that owned what was that Italian restaurant? Olive Garden, right? Olive Garden and Red Lobster was owned by the same company. I guess they're gone now. I don't know if they're still in business, but yeah, there's just a lot of stuff I just don't miss at all. And although I'm sure going to like a decent steak restaurant would be really awesome. We went to a cool steak restaurant for our anniversary. I guess that was last weekend. And here in Japan, they actually have like American style cut steaks. You can actually get like T-bone steaks and such. It's funny because like Americans like meat that's on the bone. Japanese people don't really like meat on the bone, but they like fish with bones. So it's kind of like opposite. Most Americans want fish with no bones, and Japanese want meat with no bones, right? Except for Kentucky Fried Chicken, I guess. That's kind of like an exemption, I suppose. You can get like pork ribs and stuff, but it's not like very readily available like it is in America. But anyhow, yeah, it's gonna happen maybe. Just a friend of mine from college, just out of the blue, just said, "Hey, I want to give you like $2,000." so that you can visit your father. And it was just like an incredible blessing, and I just was not expecting that at all. And he's a friend from my college years, and I had recently kind of reached out to him, and we've been talking a bit. So I think especially like a couple years ago, I was really chronicling in my channel here old friends that I've reached out to, and I've been reaching out to more lately and tracking them down and talking to them, and it's been good. It's been really good. Sometimes I don't get a response. I don't know, for whatever reason. I try not to let that discourage me, but yeah, gosh, the guy who had introduced me to Macross plastic modeling, I've been chatting with him in email, because I found him on LinkedIn, and we started talking, and been trading email and stuff since then. And yeah, it's been nice. It's been really nice. So anyhow, I'm going to end the video here. March is indeed the month of celebrations for my family, and April is starting a new school year. So my daughter is going to be a second grade high school student. So gosh, when she graduates, I can't even imagine. My daughter is just growing so fast, and time is just slipping by, it seems. Seems like the older I get, the more quickly time eludes me. But anyhow, thanks for watching, and if you've seen this video to the end, please let me know. I always like to hear about that. So until the next video, live long and prosper. May the force be with you, and so long. And thanks for all the fish. God bless. Bye.